from the title, I'm going to be talking about bullying in the nursing profession. Background: the reason why I decided to do this video is because I came across a meme on Instagram. It was posted by one of the nursing sites that I follow, and it was kind of meant to be like maybe a funny meme, but not really. But anyway, one of the comments on the meme kind of struck a nerve with me, okay? So the meme was your girl was triggered, like a trauma scene. It looked like an OR or maybe a trauma room in the ER, and there was no patient or staff or anything pictured. It was just the aftermath of a trauma. So there was, you know, blood everywhere and medical supplies and everything in a gurney, basically, is what was on the meme. And then the words said, when the family request to file a complaint because you didn't get back with their ice in 5 minutes, yet this is where you were. Now, of course, that's so dramatic, so it was meant to be like a joke. But one of the comments from Bitter Betty, I don't even remember the username, and if I did, I wouldn't say it on here anyway, but this bitter person decides to comment for whatever reason, and I quote, "Here come all the med-surg nurses acting like they know what this is like. Let's be real. None of you would be anywhere near this scene. This is obviously some sort of trauma. So in this situation, you wouldn't even be in the room. So go get your patient their ice and shut up," or something like that. End quote. Okay, whatever. First of all, say what now? Do what? I wouldn't be where? I am going to be in the room. Now, if we're talking about if the patient is on my unit when said event occurs, I am going to be in the room. Now, if we're talking about some type of surgery or whatever, no, I'm not going to be there. I'm not an OR nurse. But if there is some type of code or rapid response or whatever, yeah, I'm there with my patient, and I'm also escorting them to a high level of care to report off to the nurse on the next unit. So yes, I am in the room. Okay, that's the first thing. But anyway, that's not even what this video is about. My main focus was the fact that this nurse, so of course everyone in the comments like bit her head off, is going back and forth with her, but she proceeds to share that she is I think she said she was a critical care nurse or something and had been a nurse for, you know, all of these years and blah 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 blah. Okay, if you've been a nurse for all these years trying to belittle people, anybody who feels like they need to put down the next person to make themselves feel better, you got a lot more issues than worrying about who's in the room during a trauma. Okay, important topic that I wanted to discuss, which is the bullying in nursing. Grad nurse, I use the term lightly. I personally have not experienced any what I would really consider bullying as a new grad nurse. I use the term lightly because what may feel like bullying to one person, another person may not see it that way. And it's when they floated to my unit. Now this was an older nurse with more experience or whatever. She would it would be like giving her report, and every single time it's like NCLEX questions and a nursing exam during report. Yet when I come in the next morning to get a report, my report is barely 2 sentences. Anyway, there was always just a lot of, that's the closest I would say I've had to someone maybe trying me, is that there was always just a lot of questioning and why did I do this and that. And I don't even remember what it was. I go to give this same nurse a report, and it was something so small, y'all, so small, mind you, okay? Some comment she made to me that if I'm going to be training someone, I should know better or something. I'm sorry, what? I may, and I don't feel comfortable talking to them about. I was really confused as to why she felt the need to say that in front of the person I'm training, because out of respect or anything, like if I'm going to correct someone, I try to do it privately. I don't ever try to do it in front of people where it has to be a show, or like to show that I'm better or I know better and I know more or whatever. It's like I try to do it one-on-one with that person. Somebody feel a type of way in front of other people. However, I feel like in that situation, that's what she tried to do to me. And mind you, this is after the multiple occasions when I gave her report, or when I received report from her, and it was like an interrogation, and then, every little thing I did, or she's really coming after me. Like, what is the deal? Like, she had to have something to come back to me with. Like, that is, and this is just me giving advice to like anybody who is a new grad, or it may be a nursing student and you're about to do your internship or whatever, or you are about to graduate and you don't have a job lined up, but you're out there looking or whatever. Just in instances like that, I would say, like, stand your ground. Like, be confident in who you are as a person, number one. Be confident in your skill set as a nurse. And don't let anybody make you feel like you are not worthy to be in the position that you're in, or that you're not smart enough, or you're not good enough, and you don't know enough to be the nurse that you are. Because I feel like any respectable person, if they see an issue, they will try to guide you and educate you and correct you in a respectable manner, not bully you and make you feel like, isolated away from anybody. Does it has some underlying issues? I don't know why people do that. I feel like anybody that does it has some underlying issues with their self. Like, you're doing this because, I don't know, there's something else going on where it's causing you to feel like you need to bully somebody to make yourself feel better about who you are. So, that's just my opinion on that, as far as like being a new grad or a new nurse or newer nurse in an environment with more seasoned nurses. The other thing, just going back to the meme I was talking about, is that, as far as just the back and forth between different levels of nursing, like when I graduated nursing school, I had this like thought in my mind that for me to be like a real nurse and a respected nurse, I had to do bedside nursing. I had to work in the hospital, because those are real nurses and that's what real nurses do, and nobody's gonna see me as a nurse if I don't do this with each other. Like, why is it that? And then now, after being a nurse, I've only been a nurse for 5 years, but I will say, just going back to that meme, the situation with this nurse being in critical care and downplaying what we do as med-surg nurses, I just feel like that's another area of bullying and like the stigma that comes with, nurses bullying each other. It's better, what type of hospital is better? Oh, I work in a level 1 trauma. Oh, we're a teaching hospital, or this and that. And it's just like, guys, we are all in the business of saving lives. Somebody has to do all of it. There are not enough slots for every nurse to work at a level 1 trauma center. There are not enough slots for everyone to work at the teaching hospitals. There are not enough slots for everyone to work in critical care or wherever. And to be honest, some people don't care to work in those areas. Learn to respect each other. I think all of these areas have their own monsters. And I don't know what other nurses in other areas go through or what they experience, and no one can really tell me what my experience is as a med-surg nurse, or what we all go through. I've also heard clinical nurses say we as nurses in different areas have to learn to respect each other and know that clinical nursing is not the only type of nursing that is important. I mean, I've also heard clinical nurses say things like, oh, well, pharmaceutical companies and don't do any direct patient care, but may just do things over the phone or like case management or something. Like, sometimes I've heard them kind of downplay the importance of those roles. And it's like, again, all of those things are important in their own way, and someone has to do it. Lives and caring for people who can't always care, all doing important work in saving people's lives and caring for people who can't always care for themselves. I do want to just give a bit of advice to anybody who, whether you're a new grad or a seasoned nurse, and whether you took it one time, you feel like you're being bullied or you've been bullied, or you know someone who feels that way, like, just be confident in yourself, be confident in your skill set, be confident in the fact that you are a nurse and you're a nurse for a reason, worthy to practice, in whatever area it is, whether it's a school nurse or doctor's office, or doing phone triage or case management or community health, whatever. Like, be confident in what you're doing and know that the work you're doing is important, whatever area you're in. Love yourself, love one another, be gentle with yourself, be gentle with one another, and stop focusing on who's better and who knows more, and focus more on the care that you are giving to your patients on a daily basis, in whatever aspect of nursing that may be. If you have anything you like to share as far as your experiences, please comment below. I love to hear from you guys. Share, any tips, advice, whatever you may have. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you like to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram at queen_row25. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you on the next one.